A door is supposed to close something off, but when you step into a public restroom, pull the stall door shut, slide the lock, and look down at the tiled floor, there it is, a gap under the door. In a place where privacy matters, that empty space can feel strangely exposed. At home, a bathroom door usually reaches the floor and creates a clear boundary. So why would a public bathroom stall be built with a door that stops short? Was it simply made that way to save a little money on metal or plastic? That answer is easy, but incomplete. The gap is not an accident, and it is not just unfinished construction. It is a design choice shaped by the reality of public use. To understand it, we first have to stop thinking of a public stall as a tiny private room. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. A public bathroom is not a home bathroom. A bathroom at home is designed for a small number of people. It can be comfortable and private because the space is controlled. Cleaning follows a familiar schedule. If something breaks, someone usually notices quickly. The room can be built for comfort first. A public restroom has a different job. It may serve hundreds or even thousands of strangers in a single day, and each person may use it for only a few minutes. That means the design has to survive constant traffic, fast cleaning, damage, spills, blocked locks, and emergencies. Designers are not only thinking about the person inside the stall, they also have to think about the cleaner, the building manager, the next person waiting outside, and the cost of keeping the whole place working. That is why many public stalls are made from modular panels instead of complete little rooms. The open space underneath belongs to that system. It slightly reduces privacy, but it also makes the stall easier to manage. The gap feels wrong because we expect privacy. But the building expects traffic, and the first need created by that traffic is one most users rarely think about: cleaning. The cleaning problem. One of the strongest reasons for the gap is also the least glamorous one. Public restrooms have to be cleaned quickly, repeatedly, and thoroughly. A home bathroom might be used by a family. A public restroom can be used all day by people who never return to clean up after themselves. Water splashes across the floor, paper falls near the toilet, dirt comes in from shoes. Moisture and bacteria can build up faster. The open space under the stall helps turn many separate stalls into one larger cleanable floor. A cleaner can look underneath and see whether a stall needs attention without opening every door. A mop can pass under the partitions. Water can flow across the tile. A hose or floor scrubber can reach more of the surface without each stall becoming a separate little room. If every panel touched the floor, cleaning would become slower. Dirt could collect around the base of each partition. Moisture could sit in corners that are hard to reach. Cleaning solution might get trapped inside enclosed spaces instead of draining away. Over time, those small hidden areas can become exactly the places where grime, smell, and bacteria quietly gather. So the gap is not just empty space. It allows the floor to be washed as one connected surface, instead of a maze of sealed-off compartments. But the gap is not only about making life easier for cleaners. It can also matter when something goes wrong. The safety reason hidden under the door. Public restrooms also have to be designed for moments that are rare but serious. Most of the time, a stall is used normally and forgotten a minute later. But sometimes, a person may faint, fall, have a medical problem, or become unable to respond. In a completely sealed stall, that situation can stay hidden for longer than it should. The opening underneath does not turn the stall into a rescue system, and it is not the main safety feature. But it adds a small layer of visibility. If someone is collapsed on the floor, others may notice. If a stall seems occupied for too long and no one answers, Staff can check for signs of movement without forcing the door immediately. If a lock jams or a person inside cannot open it, the gap can help people outside understand the situation before they act. This is one uncomfortable trade-off in public design. A lower gap can make the stall feel less private, especially compared with a bathroom at home. But in a place used by strangers, a fully hidden space can create its own risks. The design gives up a small amount of enclosure so that an emergency is less likely to remain invisible to others nearby. Sometimes a small loss of privacy can create a small gain in safety. And in a shared space, visibility changes something else too: how people behave. Designing for human behavior. Public restrooms are shared spaces, so their design cannot assume that every person will use them perfectly. Most people do. They go in, close the door, use the stall, and leave. But public design has to work even when behavior is unpredictable. It has to consider long occupancy, blocked doors, damage, mess, and misuse. A fully enclosed stall gives more privacy, and that privacy can feel much better for the user, but it also makes the space harder to monitor. Staff may not know whether a stall is occupied, abandoned, damaged, or being misused. The gaps around the stall create a small sense of visibility. They do not expose the person, but they make the space less hidden. That matters in a public environment. A cleaner or staff member can notice if a stall has been occupied for an unusually long time. People may also be less likely to misuse a place when it does not feel completely sealed off from the world outside. This is not about taking dignity away from users. It is about making a shared space manageable. A public restroom is not designed around the perfect user, but around all users, including unpredictable ones. Of course, there is also a simpler reason this design spreads so widely: it is easier and cheaper to build. The cost and construction logic. Cost is the easiest explanation to understand, but it is also the easiest one to oversimplify. Public buildings do not need just one stall. They may need dozens, sometimes hundreds, across schools, offices, malls, airports, and stadiums. When a design is repeated that many times, even small savings in material and labor can become significant. A door that stops above the floor uses less material than a full-height door. A partition that does not reach from floor to ceiling is lighter, easier to install, and easier to align. If one panel is scratched, bent, or broken, a modular piece can often be replaced without rebuilding the entire restroom. That matters where fixtures are used heavily and damaged more often than at home. Floor-to-ceiling partitions can provide more privacy, but they usually cost more, way more, and demand more careful installation. They can also make repairs more complicated when many stalls need to match the same design. So yes, the gap can reduce cost, but cost alone does not explain why the design became so common. It spread because the savings came together with easier cleaning, simpler maintenance, and better visibility. It is cheaper, yes, but it survived because it is useful. Still, if this design is so practical, why do some bathrooms now avoid it completely? Why some bathrooms have full partitions? Not every public bathroom follows the open bottom pattern. Some newer offices, airports, hotels, restaurants, and higher-end facilities use floor-to-ceiling partitions. These stalls offer more privacy, feel more modern, and remove much of the awkwardness created by visible gaps. For many users, they simply feel better. That does not make them better in every situation. A sealed stall needs better ventilation because air moves through it less easily. It needs more careful cleaning because the floor is divided into more enclosed spaces. It needs reliable emergency access because staff still have to respond if someone is locked in. It also costs more to install and repair. A hotel lobby restroom and a school restroom are not solving exactly the same problem. One may prioritize comfort and privacy. The other may prioritize speed, durability, and constant maintenance. As expectations around privacy change, more buildings are rethinking the old stall design. But the traditional gap remains common because high-traffic restrooms often need practicality first. So the real answer is not one reason. It is a balance of many small reasons working together. The small opening that explains public design. The gap seems strange because we judge it like a bathroom door at home. At home, the door protects comfort and creates a clear boundary. But a public stall serves more than the person inside. It also has to work for strangers waiting outside, cleaners moving quickly, building managers, and staff responding when something goes wrong. That opening helps floors get cleaned faster. It makes maintenance simpler. It adds a small layer of emergency visibility. It discourages misuse. It lowers construction and repair costs. None of these reasons makes the design perfect. Together, they explain why it has lasted. Public spaces often look imperfect because they are built from trade-offs. A bench may be shaped to last longer than it feels comfortable. A trash can may sit where it is easiest to empty. And a bathroom stall may leave a gap because the room has to serve more than one person's comfort. That is the quiet lesson behind this awkward little detail. Ordinary things often make more sense when we ask what problem they were built to solve. A small empty space under a door may look like something missing. But in public design, what is missing can sometimes be the part that makes everything else work. Thank you for watching this journey through the hidden logic of simple things. If there is another everyday detail you have wondered about, share it in the comments. And if you enjoy stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay with us for more.